We are Rebecca Boston's audience.
Robin Williams, a seemingly happy and humorous man, silently suffered in the spotlight. Nobody knew how sick he was until it was too late. The media likes to put a bad light on mental illness, making people believe that if you're mentally ill, then you must be insane. Well, cough, runny nose, fever, fatigue, these are all symptoms of the flu, right? But could you tell me some symptoms of anxiety? How about depression? Nothing comes to mind because no one has informed you. But today I'm going to tell you my story and how awareness and information saved my life. My freshman year of high school, everything in my life changed. I got sick, and the doctors could not figure out what was wrong with me. I experienced horrifying stomach pain for months. And my doctors would say to me, oh, maybe she's just allergic to gluten, or I think you have stomach ulcers. Where does it hurt? It's probably just appendicitis. That's common. Or you've always had a weak stomach? I bet it's acid reflux. No big deal. But I'd done almost every test or x-ray that seemed possible. Even my teachers started making snide remarks for me being absent. But this day was no different. And my mom met with a different doctor, as per usual, and she had that, you better figure out what's wrong with her demeanor. And the doctor comes in and she tells us once again, these test results came back normal. And when I tell you I was angry, you could see smoke blowing out of my ears. But I was also devastated, thinking to myself, great, another appointment with no answers. But then she says to us, well, maybe you need to talk to a therapist. You could be causing this pain yourself. So my dad searched up and down until he found a counselor named Janine. I was hesitant at first to talk to a random lady about my feelings, but I thought, I should not be here, I'm not crazy, I'm normal. But after just a few weekly sessions with Janine, she diagnosed me with GAD. If you've never heard of it before, I wouldn't be surprised. It stands for Generalized Anxiety Disorder, and helpguide.org helps describe GAD as a general feeling of dread or unease that colors your whole life. Looking back, I was showing signs of an anxiety disorder at just 7 years old. As an anxious child, I struggled a lot with avoidance. At my birthday parties, at my own house, I always felt so overwhelmed. I remember sneaking away and hiding under my bed and waiting to see how long until someone noticed that I was gone. At the start of high school, I would go days only speaking when spoken to, and my earbuds were in my ear at all times. And I'd play sad music on repeat. But this model right here is a replica of a model that my doctor had me make in 2015 when everything was the worst. As you can see, anxiety takes up most of it, sadness a little bit less, guilt, fear, and happiness just a little bit. So these thoughts spiraled out of control and led me to depression. I felt so worthless and believed nothing in my life was going right, and I wanted to stop suffering. It is a miracle for me to be standing here today. But who is going to speak for the ones that didn't make it? Who is going to fight for them? We have to. So some things that you can do to help. One of them is this how are you feeling today chart. Usually just on a piece of paper, you have all these different moods, and you would circle which one you're feeling that day. And it helps you learn how to validate and acknowledge your feelings. This book, My Anxious Mind, by Michael A. Tompkins and Catherine Martinez, published in 2009, helped me learn a lot about myself. And for children, you could start by educating them by watching the movie Inside Out, released by Disney in 2015. This helps children understand emotions at more of a beginner level, and this movie helped me a lot. Gina Bigel's 2009 Stress Reduction Workbook for Teens taught me how to identify my own emotions and use them for the better. I recommend this book for anyone that's struggling with anxiety because mental illness looks so different for everyone, and these kind of workbooks will give you a great personalized way to find your solution and find a treatment plan that would be good for you. It took 14 years for my family to realize that I was not healthy and I was struggling because we aren't educating people about mental illness. But my mom and I, we've always had the best relationship, and she's my best friend. But she does not know what it's like to have GAD, and she wouldn't know how to support me if she had not educated herself. I would not be here today, but my family knew how to help me heal. The education of those around me has helped save my life. I can say that. An article on the World Health Organization website tells us that every 40 seconds, someone commits suicide. That is 2,192 people per day. Let's make a change.